what's up? It's your girl Shasta, and I'm hopping on here to talk about none other than Blood and Marriage Hospital. Y'all, excuse my voice. I'm dealing with sinuses and allergies right now, so just excuse the voice because I'm gonna push through. Okay, I've delayed this long enough, and this voice is not gonna get no better. So as always, um, everything expressed on this channel are alleged and in my very own opinion. Okay, and they are definitely for entertainment purposes only. So let's just jump into it. This last episode of Love Marriage Huntsville, it was the wrap up of the girls' trip that the ladies did, and overall, I think that the girls' trip, went as well as to be expected, considering all the things that, ended up being tossed out and thrown around and different accusations and things like that. So I think it went as well as to be expected. I think we all knew that there was going to be a little bit of drama because what's the girls' trip without a little bit of drama on reality TV, right? Um, at the table, when they were kind of doing their, I guess, closing remarks about the trip and how they felt about it and things like that. I think, you know, everybody did fine, of course, except for Destiny. She seemed as though she was sitting in a negative space when she got there. Her energy was negative from the get go. And I, if I'm just being honest, I think that Destiny is pushing this whole Sunny Moses, I'm so hurt narrative because that's the only thing she can push at this point. She has to have them for a storyline. If she has a kumbaya with Sunny or even remotely lets on that she's not worried about whatever went on or she's moved on past it, which if you really think about it, if her and Moses hadn't talked in over a year or hadn't seen each other, let me reverse that. If they hadn't seen each other in over a year, why is this a whole big thing? Well, it's a big thing because it's a storyline. And I think that's what she's fighting to maintain. So of course she had to try to insert that negative energy back into everything, bring her whole issue with Sunny back to the forefront, so that when they got back to Huntsville, it wouldn't be no misunderstanding. Nobody would have it misconstrued. The beef is we still beefed out. My storyline still got a storyline, bitch. So I still got to be beefing with you. And I just think that's all it is at this point. I think she is just fighting for her storyline. Because the whole thing about why did y'all ask her about kids, you know, to me, that it didn't make a lot of sense. They were already talking about kids. That was the natural progression and the natural flow of the conversation. Now, could Miss Nell have been a little messy in that purposely? Who knows? One could speculate and say that, well, they'd already talked about the fact that Sunny didn't have kids on the bus when they were all going to the house. They had a whole conversation about Sunny's IVF journey. Yeah, that happened. And so you could be like, Miss Nell asked us to know that being messy, but we all know Miss Nell be drinking. And she been drinking up probably, in my opinion, she probably been drinking a fair amount on this trip. So in all honesty, Miss Nell probably forgot that whole damn conversation on that bus. Miss Nell had thought no more about that damn bus and that IVF journey than, you know what I'm saying? So I really, in all honesty, I do just feel like Miss Nell was just going with the flow of the conversation, and that's where it went. But again, I feel like Destiny has to make it a big thing because that is her storyline. And in order for it to be her storyline, she has or in order for it to continue to be her storyline, she got to stay beefed out with something. So, the rest of this season, I guess up until whenever, I don't know, up until Moses is arrested or whatever, whatever, I guess we're going to continue to hear about this whole thing, which is very disheartening to me. Because I am tired of hearing about this because you're going harder for a man that you weren't married to, that you don't have children with. Nothing. Like, I just don't understand. I get that this was your friend. I had a friend too that I was acquainted with for many, many years. And when it was done, it was done. Friendship and all, I threw all this shit away. I just don't get this hang up. So anyway, um, moving on. Everybody gets back home. We get Ken and Trish. Trish talking to Ken about what went on at the trip. They had some of the healthy food spot, I think. And they talking about the trip. And listen, He-Man and she would get on my nerves. And I don't care. I don't see it for them. I haven't seen them since the first time they hit my screen. And that's just how I feel. I did not like how Trish tried to, she started talking about how everybody was coming for her and she could not see the parallel lines between what she was doing and the whole Sunny and Destiny Moses situation. She's trying to act like the things are so different. And, you know, the fact that she sees no wrong in what she's doing, I think, is the thing for me. You can say, this is a choice I made. I knew my marriage was over, so I did X, Y, Z. I know it's wrong. I know it's this. I know blah, blah, blah. But this is the choice that I made. This is the choice I'm willing to live with. Say that. Don't get cocky and condescend and make it seem like you so righteous and this situation over here is so different from the situation because it both things, if you're gonna call one thing wrong, the other thing is definitely wrong. My other thing that she was talking about, she brought up Melody in that time out. Melody had been sleeping with other people while she was still married, even though her and Martell were separated. How you know what Melody was doing with her cootie cat, Shiva? You don't know. You're another one of these people that has listened to what Martell has said, and now you running with a narrative that you know nothing about. I just, at the end of the day, Trisha, you have picked your side. And when it's all said and done, make sure you stay your ass right over there on that side you're gonna pick. Because yeah, to me, it ain't no coming back from this. It ain't no coming back from it. So you stay your ass right over there on the side that you're gonna pick. Then you got Ken talking about he want to talk to Martell about the whole. He feels like Martell's insinuating that something happened with him and Trish, and at the end of the day, he gonna say he feel like it's time he need to talk to him. Nigga, he was in your face. Why you ain't talk to him then? It wasn't nothing space and opportunity between you and Martell that last weekend, whenever it was y'all all went to the archery. Why you didn't speak to that nigga then and check that nigga? When he was standing in your face calling Shira ugly. He pretty much, in my opinion, said she was ugly. Because he said she catfished him. I mean, in my opinion, that's what I heard. She catfished him. He got her over there. And when he looked at her, he was like, oh, fuck. what I signed up for. And he pretty much was like, she wasn't getting no shit. So I didn't screw her. Well, why you didn't check that nigga then? Since you so big and bad, I can't stand a nigga that be all about, oh, I'm gonna check that nigga. But you literally was just in front of this nigga. And you did nothing. And you said nothing. Man, it's giving you y'all just sitting over there talking, just running out that damn mouth for camera time. Y'all and y'all stupid ass story y'all and got them storyline y'all and schemed and scammed up on. Y'all just running y'all mouth for storyline. Ken, you ain't finna bust a grape and goddamn fruit fight. And you know that it's giving big up top, little down bottom. And it ain't giving that you gonna whoop nobody ass. I saw plenty niggas with plenty muscles get mollywopped out here. Get knocked out with one hit of quitters like nigga. Them big muscles ain't all them big muscles tell me is that you lacking somewhere else. You had to overcompensate up there because you lacking somewhere else. That's what I see when I look at you. So pipe down, nigga. Like for real, pipe down. Cause you getting on my nerves too. I don't remember if Kimmy and Maurice was talking first or if it was Marcel or Tisha. I don't think it really matters. So we had a scene with Kimmy and Maurice talking. Kimmy was basically updating him on the trip and you know what went on the trip. And you know, I really used to really see it for Kimmy, but I feel like Kimmy has drank the Kool-Aid and she just now I do feel like Kimmy is not a friend to Mel. She's definitely giving that she's a op now, especially after I saw the clip, the digital exclusive clip that came out, and she was pretty much saying, comparing the millimeters to Wanda and how Melody wanted Tisha to do so much with Wanda and the brother, but you know, and she's pretty much trying to say that's the same thing. And at the end of the day, it's not the same thing. That's Tisha's mama. Tisha could literally go and sit down and look her mama in her face and say, Mama, you are affecting me when you keep doing this shit. If you don't want to do it for nobody else, think about what it's doing to me. Like she can literally go have a heart to heart, mom to daughter conversation with her mother and let her know how she feels. Melody can't do this, can't do that with all these thousands of millimeters. And y'all know she can't. So the fact that y'all comparing that is wild to me. It's just like, oh my gosh. Like it don't make sense. It didn't make sense. Marcel and Tisha, when they had that little conversation, you know, they was talking and Tisha, you know, talked about her little run-in with Shanita and Marcel threw his little jab that don't worry about Shanita. She, you know, because Mel don't keep friends, she'll be gone in a year. Marcel, stop. Because what you know is you of all people should know. Mel just don't be playing with them people. And what Mel don't do is put on for the camera. She ain't on that grinning and skin and playing like she friends with any of them people on that cast. But what she does have is real friends that are not on that cast that she fuck with. And all y'all know that. Y'all just know that she don't be putting on acting like y'all all besties. She do her little shit, she clock in, do her things, and she clock out and get the fuck on. So the friends that y'all are trying to insinuate that she be losing or that she don't be having ain't even friends she trying to have. She ain't trying to keep them. She even figured out where she's staying with all these motherfuckers and she's moving accordingly. That's different from she can't keep up her. Why don't you talk to some of her friends that are not on the show that she does pop out with and then come back and talk about it? Because y'all really try to push this narrative that everybody on this show is such good friends with. The fuck? All of us from season one know what time it is on that show. All right. Everybody doing what they got to do to get a storyline, even down to the men. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all aren't really like click tight like that in real life. So stop the bullshit. It ain't even, it's not giving what you think it's giving. And then we had Marquez, Ken, and Trish. And this is all I'm gonna say, because that thing got on my nerves. Marquez, I don't know who them fucking tears was for, but they were for us. You was doing too much, my boy. You left your wife, you left your kids. You went to go stow your raw oats or whatever the fuck you was doing, and you thought she was gonna be sitting there when the fuck you got back. And guess what? She wasn't. And that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? Um, Now she done popped out on TV with this nigga. You don't like that shit. You trying to act like it's about your kids, but it's not, because you can still have a relationship with your kids. No one is keeping you from your kids. You know what I'm saying? Go be a father to your kids. It's your own fault that you're not able to be at home with your kids at night. That's your fault. You picked up and you left. And that was a decision you made. And so now you have to live with that decision. But don't get on this TV making this storyline more than what the fuck it is, making it beef when it really ain't got to be no beef. Because if I'm just being honest, I don't really think y'all niggas is beefed out like that. I think y'all just putting on for the camera. You was gone way too long and moving like a single man way too long to have some beef with this man. You been knew that man was living up there in that household with them kids. So now, why all of a sudden, when cameras are rolling, it's time to get active. Nigga, is you doing this? Is you doing that? Nigga, you should have been asking that nigga if he was tucking your daughter in at night. You should have been running up on this nigga if that's what it was. If you had any type of animosity or felt any way about the nigga doing whatever, you should have been addressed that with the nigga. Why when the camera start rolling, niggas get puffed up? You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden it's, you know what I'm saying, nigga, this between this and this between me and blah blah blah. Nigga, y'all been separated how many years? Pipe the fuck down. Like you should do, nigga. You not fooling nobody. And them fake ass tears did not move me. Niggas be crying and lying all at the same time. Okay? Because that's what how niggas be doing. Okay? When they got them, when that camera turned off, I'm sure that nigga was like, alright, and got the fuck up and went the fuck on. Cause you didn't just move down the street away from your wife and your kids, you moved all the way to fucking Atlanta. And you want us to believe that you was so fucked up about them. No, my God. You did what you did. And maybe, and like I said, maybe you thought that she was gonna sit and wait on you for all them years until you figured out what you want to do. But it didn't work out like that. And it is what it is. Go see your kids every other weekend or whatever the fuck. And I think one of them is even grown now, so you really can see him whenever. Like he could literally move in to. That's the move you're trying to make. But yeah, go be a father to your kids and move the fuck on. And then y'all can go ahead and take this whack ass storyline off our TV too, because this all stupid. Like, other than beefing with Marquez, what the fuck else can I ain't calling that nigga Ken. What the fuck else she where he man got going on? Nothing. Because they done spent their whole goddamn season so far trying to beef with this nigga. Oh, fake ass manufactured ass beef. That shit ain't real to me. It's not real. Because a man that's really crazy about his kids would have been rolled up on the nigga that had moved in. That shit would have been. So go on. I'm just saying, everybody trying to get their little, what's the name, get their little camera time and get their little shine with these manufactured storylines and shit. And I'm just over, and they trying to fill in this gap of the whole Melanie and Martell storyline. They put the show on the map. At the end of the day, like it, love it, hate it, whatever. they're trying to get back to that storyline. But the difference is that shit was real. That shit was real in living goddamn color. Them two people were going through that in real motherfucking time, and it wasn't shit fake about the shit they was going through. And we was all on the right. Like that shit was about as real as you was gonna get. And that's why the show popped off. And that's why the show was successful. And now you're trying to manufacture it in these other couples. And that shit ain't hitting the same. Cause we peeping. We not stupid. The Mel and Martell beef that was on the show showed up the same exact way on social media and everywhere else. That shit, you knew it was real. These people, they stories do not be matching up, should be all over the place, and it's like, what the fuck is really going on? It don't make sense. They would look better coming with they legit shit that they got going on in their life, which maybe they feel like that's boring or whatever, whatnot. But this manufacturer shit is not cool. And I'm really wondering, what are we finna get for what 12 more episodes? The fuck y'all finna give us for 12 more episodes? One thing I know y'all finna give us is Martell and Destiny on this week's episode talking about Melody. Oh, what? And we know that the only reason she was on that trip, it was trying to be all up in Melody's face. Is trying to do the bidding for Martell because Martell can't make, BSDs with Melody and shit no more like that. She ain't filming with that nigga no more. So in comes Destiny to try to fill that void, which is why if Destiny trying to get a storyline with Melody to be beefed out with, that shit will never fly because Melody ain't gonna give her that much energy. She's just not. And I think she really been caught on to the fact that Destiny and Martell are one and the same. And she's just trying to, he feeding her shit and she trying to run with it. And Melanie ain't going for it. So anyway, y'all, that's my take. Let me know what y'all thought about the episode. Subscribe to the channel if you want to, see other updates as I push out for other shows and other things. I've got some scripted shows I actually want to start doing content on or just, giving my reactions to and recaps of. And I'm also going to be doing Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Real Housewives of Potomac is back on, so I'm definitely going to, I'm already doing recaps of that. So I'll have the recap of that out of this last episode out later today. So just make sure that you subscribe to the channel, like the video if you liked it, and I'll see y'all in the next one.